Calipatria State Prison, where serious inmates are housed, will take no one in Imperial County has died from the West Nile virus. The state of Cal police say Jose Cisneros has been in trouble for the past 6 months with drugs, and this project will create nearly 3,000 jobs, and the city hopes people continue to come by to pay their respects at Junior Seau's restaurant in Mission Valley in San Diego. Some people crying, some standing there saying a special prayer. I got to talk to a couple of those people that knew Junior Seau personally. Jane Turner was inspired to write a letter from her daughter, who also passed away. She says her family is devastated by Junior Seau's death. She's one of many that have come out to his restaurant in Mission Valley to pay respect.
He was our daughter's first team date, and he was such a gentleman. They both went to USC.
Marshall Lewis became friends with Seau by coming to his restaurant since it opened in 1996.
Heart-wrenching, man. It's just, he's a good guy. He hung out with everybody here and sit down, have some food with you, have a drink with you, and, well, my kids signed the autograph. It's hard to believe.
My brother used to be really sick in Children's Hospital for years, and he actually came several times and visited with my brother and with the children. He was just an outstanding gentleman.
Boaz first met Seau when he was 7. Seau is known for having a soft spot for children.
His smile, he seemed to love the kids.
He does what I could only hope to do, and giving kids a second chance and giving kids what they don't need, what they don't have. He's raised over $4 million for youth programs.
Fans say this is a big loss for San Diego and the sports world. In San Diego, Milrose Basco, News 11. An emotional testimony by the lead detective of the Calexico Police Department, visibly shaken and choked up as he was giving details of this case.
He was holding a fitness weight dumbbell and was hitting her on the head with it.
Detective Manuel Ceja testifying what Jose Antonio Cisneros' sister Melissa Cisneros had told him she witnessed on the morning of November 20th. Melissa saw her brother Antonio Cisneros hurting their mother Sylvia Cisneros.
She ran towards her brother, jumped on his back, attempting to stop him from striking her mother on the head with the fitness weight.
Melissa said he threw her off his back.
He grabbed her by her head and started banging her head.
Ceja said he then started hitting her in the face.
She was able to get away from his grasp, and he lunged at her and sliced her with an unknown instrument on her neck.
Antonio Cisneros is charged with first-degree murder in the death of his mother. He told Detective Ceja he went to his mother's house that day intending to kill his sister Monica.
Mr. Cisneros told me that the reason he wanted to kill Monica was due to her calling the police on him earlier that day.
The defense requested to lessen the charge to second-degree murder because his client was behaving in a rash manner, but the judge denied that request.
He was out of control using methamphetamine, but he did demonstrate by both his words and conduct an intent to kill.
Cisneros will be back in court in the beginning of January. In El Centro, Milrose Basco, News 11. In 1995, former California Highway Patrol officer Johnny Swaim was acquitted in his molestation case. Now, a juror from that trial is speaking out about how she made a mistake in her vote.
We did the wrong thing.
She doesn't want her identity revealed. This juror says she's been haunted by the case and can still hear Erica Sanchez cry after the verdict was read.
The child who was the accuser just cried. I mean, it was just a heart-wrenching sound. It was just sort of a wail.
Sanchez, the stepdaughter of Johnny Swaim, accused him of molesting her over a period of 3 years.
He was very likely guilty, and we were committing this child to this life back with this man who was hurting her so badly.
This juror says while they may have thought he was guilty at the time, there was just not enough hard evidence to convict him.
He didn't look the part at all, nice-looking, well-dressed man.
She says the trial was a distressing experience for her.
That was another difficult situation, that the mother was not supportive of her.
Looking back, she says if it were now, she would have stood her ground and let the other jurors know what she was thinking. She says if she had the chance, this is what she would say to Sanchez.
I think we did you a real disservice, and I'm terribly sorry that I was part of that.
I spoke with Erica Sanchez last week, and she said that if they had only listened to her back in 1995 when she testified, there would not be a trial now. In El Centro, Milrose Basco, News 11. It's that time of year again in Brawley. It's the Cattle Call Rodeo. And you know, usually I get to ride a horse during this time, but this time I get Charlie. Charlie?
Hey, focus. Hey everybody, come on out to the rodeo. Good time. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you name it. Brawley, parade, rodeo, cowboys, barbecue.
And Charlie!
And me! What more could you ask for? And some great pro rodeo action. So don't miss the 56th annual Brawley Cattle Call Rodeo.
Hot rodeo. Charlie, Too Tall West, still enthusiastic after 30 years of being a rodeo clown.
As a kid, one thing led to another. Tried to ride bulls. That didn't go over too well because little legs don't go around large farm animals too good. So they put me in a barrel.
What's it feel like to be in that barrel?
Well, sometimes the bulls will come and nudge it a little bit and hit it, and it's kind of like being in a car wreck. So I don't know, but it's fun. And
you like that? You think that's fun?
Well, I like the check at the end of it.
Charlie just painted his barrel for this big weekend.
You're in the wrong business, honey. You come with me. Focus, okay? Focus, me and you, focus. I can get you started, I know a guy with a bull. I know a guy with a barrel.
Last-minute preps for Saturday's show. Cattle was brought in for the action, still a little scared, but they finally got out. Maintenance crews making sure speakers are working, and the rain helped the grounds a little bit.
Saves us time with the water truck, because otherwise we need to run the water truck to try to settle the dust around the grounds and out in the parking.
Moore says 200 entries will participate, and a new kind of horsepower will entertain the crowd of possibly 13,000. You'll have to wait and see.
So we're just going to hope it's great, and the rodeo's going to go on no matter what.
And of course, you'll get to see Charlie save the Cowboys all weekend.
To come out there, say if it's closer for them to run to me than it is back to the fence or back to the buck and shoots. So that's kind of what I'm out there for, is just an added place.
So not so funny.
Funny make money, remember?
In Brawley, Milrose Basco, News 11.